What if I told you there's something you can do first thing in the morning that could attract unexpected blessings? Not just in your wealth, but in your health, your peace, and even in the way people treat you. Imagine beginning your day in such a way that every step afterward feels guided and supported. Allah reminds us in Surah Al-Muzammil 73.6. Indeed, the hours of the night are more effective for concurrence of heart and tongue, and more suitable for words. In other words, the early hours, those quiet, sacred moments, hold a special power to shape your entire day. What you do then has the ability to unlock a flow of barakah that can't be measured in numbers alone. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share not only timeless Quranic wisdom, but also real-life stories happening right now that prove this principle is alive and working. You'll see how ordinary people are experiencing extraordinary blessings simply by the way they begin their mornings. But before we dive deeper, I want to hear from you. Comment below. Do you already start your mornings with worship or gratitude? If so, what's your routine? The secret of morning remembrance. Starting your day with Dhikr, remembering Allah, and performing Fajr prayer does more than fulfill a religious duty. It aligns your heart, mind, and intentions with Barakah, the divine blessing that makes everything you do flow smoothly. When your first words of the day are prayers, gratitude, and remembrance, you set the tone for abundance in all areas of life. Consider this real-life example. A businessman in Egypt begins every morning with Fajr prayer and Qur'an recitation. He shared that after committing these early hours to worship, he consistently noticed unexpected clients, profitable deals, and opportunities arriving throughout the day. It's as if the very act of dedicating his morning unlocked a flow of provision he couldn't have predicted. This principle is echoed in the Qur'an through the story of Prophet Dawood. His devotion, worship, and constant remembrance of Allah brought him strength, wisdom, and abundant provision for his kingdom. Devotion and focus in the early hours open doors that no planning or strategy alone could create. Directive message: when you start your morning remembering Allah, you open the door for barakah the entire day. Engagement formula: type Barakah morning in the comments if you've ever seen your day flow better after Fajr. The power of morning charity. Did you know that every morning 2 angels descend from the heavens? According to authentic hadiths in Bukhari and Muslim, one prays for those who give, asking Allah to bless them, while the other prays against those who withhold. This simple truth reveals the immense spiritual power of giving early in the day. Let me share a real story. A young woman in Indonesia donates a small amount online every morning before going to work. She testified that over time, she began receiving unexpected bonuses at her job, promotions she hadn't anticipated, and even instances where debts were forgiven. Each morning act of giving seemed to ripple through her life, attracting blessings she couldn't have planned for. The Qur'an reinforces this principle in Surah Al-Baqarah 261. This example of those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah is like a seed of grain that sprouts 7 ears. In every ear there are 100 grains. Imagine planting a seed each morning and watching it multiply throughout your day, week, and month. Directive message: a small act of charity in the morning can set the flow of provision for the day. Engagement formula: drop in the comments if you'd try giving something every morning, even a coin, a smile, or a small act of kindness. Morning gratitude and perspective. Starting your day with gratitude, saying Alhamdulillah for life, health, and opportunity, does more than just fulfill a sunnah. It programs your mind
to recognize abundance, opening your heart to blessings you might otherwise overlook. Gratitude shifts perspective. Instead of noticing what's missing, you notice what's present and growing. Consider this real-life example. A Muslim refugee in Germany begins every morning by thanking Allah for the gift of life. Despite facing hardships, he consistently experiences support from his local community and unexpected job opportunities. His focus on gratitude seems to attract provision and favor in ways that defy logic and circumstance. The Qur'an affirms this in Surah Ibrahim, 14 chapter 7. If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor. Gratitude doesn't just acknowledge what you have, it multiplies it. Morning gratitude sets a tone that carries into every interaction, decision, and opportunity throughout your day. Directive message. Gratitude in the morning multiplies what you already have. Engagement formula. Come on. What's the first thing you say or think when you wake up? Aligning with Rizq through morning prayer. Fajr prayer isn't just a spiritual obligation, it's a powerful magnet for Rizq, Allah's provision. Beginning your day in prayer aligns your intentions, purifies your actions, and opens pathways for sustenance that you may never have imagined. The early morning light is more than a physical dawn. It's a spiritual signal for blessings to flow into your life. Here's a real-life example. In Pakistan, a group of workers committed to praying Fajr consistently, even before leaving for physically demanding jobs. Within weeks, they began reporting unexpected opportunities, new job contracts, additional freelance work, and income streams they hadn't anticipated. Their mornings became a gateway for provision, simply by dedicating the first part of their day to Allah. The Qur'an emphasizes this in Surah Al-Isra 1778. Establish prayer at the decline of the sun until the darkness of the night, and also the Qur'an of dawn. Indeed, the recitation of dawn is ever witnessed. This verse highlights the spiritual significance of the pre-dawn prayer, an act witnessed by angels, a time when supplications and devotion are particularly powerful. Directive message. When you guard your Fajr, Allah guards your provision. Engagement formula. If you pray Fajr daily, type Fajr Rizq in the comments. Morning intention and work ethic. Islam teaches that early effort paired with sincere intention attracts blessings. Prophet Muhammad often prayed for Barakah in his work, beginning his day with worship and purpose, showing us that the early hours are not only for devotion, but also for setting the stage for fruitful action. Consider this real story. A tech startup founder in the UAE shared that starting his workday early with Bismillah doubled his productivity compared to when he worked late nights. The combination of focus, intention, and morning energy created results he hadn't experienced otherwise. Even in the Qur'an, we see this principle. Prophet Musa, as-Sin, set out early with his people, and Allah opened the sea before them. Effort aligned with trust in Allah transforms obstacles into provision and opportunities. Directive message. Begin your work with intention in the morning, and Allah will bless your results. Engagement formula. Comment your morning routine. Do you start early or late? To recap, attracting unexpected money isn't about luck or chance. It's about aligning your mornings with Dhikr, Fajr prayer, gratitude, and giving. When you dedicate the first hours of your day to Allah, you open the door for blessings and barakah to flow into every aspect of your life. The Qur'an reminds us in Surah Saba, Pond 39, whatever you spend of anything in Allah's cause, He will replace it, and He is the best of providers. Your intentional acts, small or large, are never wasted. Allah multiplies them in ways you may not immediately see. Directive message. Don't wait. Tomorrow morning, start with worship, gratitude, and a small act of giving and see what unfolds. Engagement formula. If you try this, come back to share your story in the comments. I may feature your testimony in the next video.